This is the news on PBCJ. I am Simone Absalom. Children's advocate Diane Gordon Harrison is looking forward to working with the Security Ministry in making plans to curb incidents of deadly domestic disputes. In an interview with RJR News, Mrs. Gordon Harrison said she's hoping that a meeting of stakeholders and the National Security Minister will be held as early as this week so that the situation can be brought under control as soon as possible. Speaking recently in the House of Representatives, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang said more aggressive anti-violence campaign is being pushed by the ministry to address the attitudes of people in domestic disputes. He said the program will be implemented in schools and communities.
At the community level, through City Security and Justice Program, the Jamaica Community Safety and Security, the JCF Community Safety and Security Branch, programs focused on violence interruption, mentorship, effective parenting, conflict management, among several others, will be expanded and have sought to establish capacity, increase capacity to better respond to safety and security related issues. There will also be increased efforts to implement violence prevention and conflict resolution, education, training within our schools as a means to address maladaptive behavior of students, then aim to reduce out-of-school suspension, dropouts, and therefore improving chance for completing their education.
Two wellness fairs will be staged this November that will focus on mental issues affecting young people. Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, Floyd Green, said that the fairs, which are part of activities for Youth Month, will be held in Hanover and St. Elizabeth in partnership with a bipolar foundation. Speaking at the launch of Youth Month last Friday at Victoria Pier, downtown Kingston, Minister Green said there is urgent need to tackle mental health issues and reduce the stigma associated with mental disorders. Youth Month is being observed under the theme Level Up Youth. The month-long activities will include revival of the National Youth Council and election of members. A website will also be launched for the group, youthcounciljamaica.com, which will later be available as an app. The National Youth Parliament will meet on November 24. The timeline for the completion of the $1 million road to bypass Portia Simpson Miller Square, more popularly known as 3 Miles, has been delayed. 3 Miles has been closed to vehicular traffic since the end of summer due to major road construction in the area, and the government, at the contract signing for the bypass, originally gave 5 weeks completion of construction, which would be by the end of October. The heavy rains since September would have, however, contributed to the slowdown of the roadwork. While not giving a new timeline, communication manager at the National Works Agency, Stephen Shaw, told the press that the budget remains the same. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Darrell Vaz, says the ban on plastic will allow for the creation of new investment opportunities. The ban, which will start on January 1, 2019, affects the importation, manufacture, distribution and use of single-use plastic carrier or shopping bags, expanded polystyrene foam, commonly referred to as styrofoam, and plastic drinking straws. Vaz said new jobs and businesses can be generated through the manufacture of plastic alternatives, and this could give rise to a new industry. He says discussions are being held with the Exim Bank and the Development Bank of Jamaica regarding the provision of financial support for businesses seeking to restructure their operations to comply with the plastic ban. The Caribbean Maritime University, CMU, is in support of protecting the marine environment through the use of geospatial technology. Associate Vice President of the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Technology at the CMU, Dr. Stephen Roden, told JIS News that the use of technology in undersea exploration can preserve and save marine life. While much of the water body surrounding Jamaica has remained Untouched, the CMU intends to use technology resources to explore the area to benefit Jamaica. The CMU has already developed a virtual reality software using geospatial technology that gives an immersive virtual experience of New Kingston. Roden believes this technology could be applied to water. Roden was speaking at a JIS think tank session where it was announced that the CMU would partner with the National Spatial Data Management Division to mark Geography Awareness Week from November 6 to November 16. The US dollar on Monday ended trading at $127.72 Jamaican, down by 27 cents. According to the Bank of Jamaica's daily foreign exchange trading summary, the Canadian dollar ended trading at $97.44, down from $97.74, while the British pound sterling ended trading at $166.18, up from Jamaican $164.98. In regional news, 4 Caribbean countries have done an inventory of the major sources of mercury contamination in their islands. But a great deal of work still needs to be done to determine where and what impact this mercury is having on the region's seafood chain. Trinidad and Tobago, St. Kitts and Nevis, Jamaica, and St. Lucia recently concluded a Minamata initial assessment project funded by the Global Environment Facility that enabled them to identify their top mercury polluters. The assessment represents a major step for the countries, all of which share the global concern over mercury contamination of the seafood chain that led to the ratification in August 2017 of the United Nations Minamata Convention on Mercury. Talia Al-Shah, the assessment project execution officer, says public education on the issue is vital. Ali Shah says if people continue to eat larger predatory fish over a period of time, the levels of mercury in their body could increase, and mercury poisoning can lead to physical and mental disability. In sports, Olympic sprinting great Usain Bolt will continue to pursue his dream of playing professional football, despite his failure to reach a deal with Central Coast to play in Australian Football A-League. After also training unsuccessfully for teams in Germany, Norway, and South Africa, the 8-time Olympic gold medalist said he remains hopeful of eventually winning a professional contract. Bolt is reported saying, quote, "I think people are still contacting my agents now about opportunities, so we'll see in which direction it goes," end quote. Bolt said despite his failure to secure a contract, he does not regret his time with Central Coast, in which he made 2 preseason appearances, scoring 2 goals in 1 match. And that's the news. Thanks so much for making it PBCJ. Remember, we are the People's Station.